A massive revelation by the Air Chief Marshal Singh, the IAF chief. He has made it official. In Operation Sindoor, the Indian Air Force struck down 6 Pakistani jets, destroying 5 fighters and even smoking an airborne warning and control system. There have been stunning specifics in what is the first formal word on these kills, and a devastating list of Pakistan losses. NDTV's got this news break, and this news break has sent shockwaves across the region. Listen in to what the IAF chief had to say.
The SAGW systems, mostly from, I'm talking about fighter aircraft, are from S-400. We have at least 5 fighters confirmed kills and 1 large aircraft, which could be either an Elint aircraft or an AWNC aircraft, which was taken out at a distance of about 300 kilometers. This is the actually largest ever recorded surface-to-air kill that we can talk about. And apart from, of course, this, there are a large number of UAVs, drones. There are some of their missiles which have fallen in our territory. We have recovered a lot of wreckage from this, which now is being studied so that we can make out what did they do, where were they launched from, what route did they follow, what kind of system do they have, whether they have, what I mean to say, what generation those systems belong to, what all features do they have. So that study is going on, and it is going on even in coordination with DRDO. There was very clear political will, very clear directions which were given to us, and there were no kind of restrictions which were put on it. There have been talks about, was there any restriction, were you kept constrained? If there were any constraints, they were self-made. We, the forces, decided what will be our rules of engagement. We, the forces, decided what will be the escalation ladder that we want to ride on. We decided how we want to control the escalation. So I want to make it very clear, there were no, I repeat, no restrictions on us. Full freedom was given to us to plan and execute. I must say that, that our attacks have been calibrated because we wanted to be mature about it. A little bit on that I'll come to later. There was synchronization between forces. All 4 of us, CDS, the 3 chiefs. I must say here that the post of CDS has made a difference there. He was there always to get us together, discuss things out, iron things out. NSA played a very, very big role, in getting all the other agencies and forces together. I can say that it was, more of the high-tech war which was fought. In about 88, 90 hours of war, we were able to achieve, so much of damage to their system that it was very clear in their mind that in this current situation, if they continue, they are going to continue paying for it more and more. So they have come forward and sent a message again through DGMO कि हम बात करना चाहते हैं, and which was accepted from our side.
This is actually from a loitering drone, and you can see the target over here. This is of the Arifwala radar. You can also see images over here of before and after the attack, before attacking over here and an after attack right below. And the Indian Air Force says that this radar head was damaged. This is new evidence coming in of the extent of the Indian Air Force strikes. Let's move to the next couple of images that we see. This is the Chunia radar. Again, this radar has been damaged. It's blackened out in the top, so that's been damaged as well. The next image that you're going to see on your screen is of the Noor Khan Air Force Base in Chaklala. We've spoken about this in the past, but this used to be a command and control center over here where drone operations used to be guided. The next image that you see, and these are now getting quite significant, is the UAV hub in Sukur, and this is actually the Rahim Yar Khan Pakistan Air Force Base. Many areas were struck over here. Let's go to the next image. The next image here, this is Bholari, the most startling image. This is the entire Bholari air base. And the Indian Air Force chief today said that not only was an AWACS platform of Pakistan struck in the air, it was likely struck in this particular hangar. Now let's give you a couple of detailed images of this hangar, because let's go back to the previous page, please. This is really, really significant, because this is what the hangar looked like before the attack took place, and this is what it looked like post the attack taking place. It is believed, according to the Air Force chief, that there was a Pakistani radar aircraft, an AWACS aircraft, which actually went in over here. It taxied into this, and let's fix the focus on this particular shot. Went in over here, and it was destroyed by an Indian attack. Let's go through the next couple of images as well. This is Jacobabad. This is particularly significant. It is over here that it is believed that F-16s under maintenance were destroyed by the Indian Air Force. A massive hit, this as important and as impressive as the Bholari image which we saw earlier on. So let's go again to the other couple of images. This is Sukur. It's a UAV hub. There was a radar installation which was struck, but perhaps more importantly, this area which has been flattened is where there was a hangar for drones, large drones presumably of the Pakistan Air Force.
In fact, the other big detail that was revealed by the Air Chief Marshal today is that the Pakistani fighter jets, they were struck at a distance of about 300 kilometers. The Air Chief Marshal, Amarpreet Singh, he said that this is the largest ever recorded surface-to-air kill. And it was the Russia-made S-400 air defense system that was the star of this particular strike. The Air Chief, he has hailed the S-400 as the game changer. He's called it the game changer, saying that its range, it has kept the Pakistani aircraft and the weapons, they could not, because of that, it could not penetrate the system. The S-400, known in India as the Sudarshan Chakra, is one of the most sophisticated long-range air defense missile systems in the world. It is designed by Russia's Almaz Ante. The system offers multi-layered protection against a variety of airborne threats. Its cutting-edge radar and missile systems, it allows it to detect, to track and destroy a wide range of targets, from stealth fighters and cruise missiles to unmanned aerial vehicles as well as ballistic missiles. Listen in to what the IAF chief had to say on the S-400 air defense system.
Their aircraft tried to penetrate our defenses. Our air defense systems have done a wonderful job. The S-400 system, which we had recently bought, has been a game changer. The range of that system has really kept their aircraft away from their weapons like those long-range glide bombs that they have. They've not been able to use any one of those because they've not been able to penetrate this system.
Meanwhile, the fight in the skies, it may have paused, but the real battle, it has now landed squarely in the political arena. With one statement, the Indian Air Force chief, he has detonated a truth bomb that has now rattled the opposition's strongest talking point. Remember, for weeks, Rahul Gandhi and the Congress, they claimed that India lacked the political will during Operation Sindoor and that armed forces fought with one hand tied behind their back. But Air Chief Marshal Amarpreet Singh, he says otherwise. And now the political fallout is unavoidable.
Meaning you went into Pakistan, you attacked Pakistan, and you told our pilots, do not attack their air defense system. Meaning you told our pilots, go and attack and face the air defense system of Pakistan. Meaning you tied their hands behind their back. Because he has the blood of the people of Pahalgam on his hands, the goal of the exercise was to make sure that he used the Air Force to protect his image. The forces should be used with freedom. If you want them to be used, you want to unleash a tiger, free him. Do not tie his hands behind his back. Do not go to the Pakistanis and say, listen, don't escalate. Then go all the way. Then fight properly and defeat them once and for all.
Our objective was very clear. Our objective was to teach the terrorists a lesson that they will think twice before doing something or they know what kind of price they can pay. And once we have achieved those objectives, we should look for all windows of opportunity to stop that, rather than just continue. We were actually on a song that night. I hear from so many people. I don't want to say that, but some people very close to me have said, "Aur marna tha." I'm telling you that. But can we continue to be at war? No. Why should we be at war when we can avoid it or we can stop it? Now we have to make sure that we remain steadfast, that should we need to again do something, we are not found wanting. But what to do, that call will be taken at much higher level.
पहले 100% पॉलिटिकल विल होनी चाहिए, और दूसरा, अगर आप सेना का प्रयोग करना चाहते हो तो आपको फुल फ्रीडम ऑफ ऑपरेशन देना पड़ेगा। जनरल मानेकशॉ ने इंदिरा गांधी जी से कहा कि मैं ऑपरेशन गर्मी में नहीं कर सकता हूं, नहीं करूंगा, मुझे 6 महीने चाहिए। इंदिरा गांधी जी ने उन्हें कहा, आपको 6 महीने चाहिए, 1 साल चाहिए, जितना भी आपको समय चाहिए आप लीजिए, क्योंकि आपको फ्रीडम होनी चाहिए, फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्शन आपको होना चाहिए।
But there was political will. I'm being very, very candid here, very open here, because I hear various versions of it. I think if I tell you something, people will have to believe, because I was there listening to everybody, attending every meeting. There was very clear political will, very clear directions which were given to us, and there were no kind of restrictions which were put on it. If there were any constraints, they were self-made. We, the forces, decided what will be our rules of engagement. We, the forces, decided what will be the escalation ladder that we want to ride on. We decided how we want to control the escalation. So I want to make it very clear, there were no, I repeat, no restrictions on us. Full freedom was given to us to plan and execute.
The devastating flash flood that hit Dharali village in Uttarakhand, it swept away homes, hotels and, more importantly, a centuries-old temple which is believed to have been built by the Pandavas. The Kalp Kedar temple, which is dedicated to Lord Shiva, it was submerged underwater, leaving locals heartbroken. My colleague Kishore Rawat gets us this ground report.
इस वक्त हम धराली गांव में मौजूद है और धराली गांव में उस जगह पे मौजूद है जहां कल्प केदार मंदिर ने समाधि ले ली। उस सैलाब ने मंदिर को पूरी तरह से यहां पे इस मलबे के नीचे समाधि के रूप में दफन कर दिया। ये सामने ये वाला ही इलाका जो आपको तस्वीरों में दिख रहा है, यहीं भगवान कल्प केदार का मंदिर था जो यहाँ पर हज़ारों सालों से मौजूद है। यहाँ के स्थानीय लोगों का कहना है, केदारखंड में भी इसका जिक्र है। तो ये पूरे इलाके में यहीं पर मंदिर था, भव्य पूजा होती थी। 240 यहाँ पर छोटे छोटे मंदिर थे। पांडवों ने यहाँ पर ये मंदिर बनाया था जब ब्रह्म हत्या, पितृ हत्या और तमाम जो महाभारत का युद्ध हुआ था उसमें बचने के लिए, उसके श्राप से बचने के लिए यहाँ पर आए और उन्होंने यहाँ मंदिर बनाया। यहाँ पर मंदिर था और 240 मंदिरों का समूह था, लेकिन इससे पहले भी आई आपदा में यहाँ पर धीरे धीरे दफन होता रहा। हमारे साथ धराली गांव के बच्चे हैं और इनसे ही बात करते हैं। उस समय जब आपदा आई थी, ये कहाँ थे? बेटा आपका नाम क्या है?
खुशी।
खुशी, जब ये त्रासदी आई थी आप कहाँ पे थे? आपने देखा था क्या?
हम यहीं थे, मंदिर में पूजा हो रही थी। इस टाइम पूजा खत्म हुई और तो लोग बोल रहे थे कि गार्ड वो हो गई, तो ऊपर से अचानक से वो पता नहीं क्या हुआ, अचानक से तो यहाँ पे लोग थे बैठे हुए, उनके ऊपर भी आया हल्का सा, तो सब लोग पहाड़ के ऊपर भागे, तो यहाँ सब कुछ बिखर चुका था।
डर नहीं लगा आपको?
भयंकर।
क्या सोचा आपने?
हमने सोचा कि हम भी जाते हैं। अब
स्कूल जा रहे हो?
नहीं, स्कूल बंद हो रखा।
क्यों?
हर्सिल में स्कूल बंद हो रखा ना।
हर्सिल में स्कूल नहीं जा पा रहे?
नहीं, वहाँ तालाब बंद रखा। तो
कितने दिन से, जब से आई आपदा?
4-5 दिन हो गए।
तो पढ़ाई का नुकसान नहीं हो रहा आपको?
वही तो।
इन्होंने बताया कि इनका स्कूल बैग, किताबें और स्कूल ड्रेस सब कुछ बह गई है इस आपदा में। इन्होंने ये भी बताया कि 5-6 दिन से स्कूल नहीं जा पा रहे, लेकिन इनकी हिम्मत है कि दोबारा से स्कूल जाएंगे जब धीरे धीरे ठीक हो जाएगा। लेकिन फ़िलहाल ये उस मंज़र को देख के आज भी डर रहे हैं और कांप रहे हैं। उनका कहना है कि वो मंज़र कभी नहीं भूल पाएंगे। धराली गांव से NDTV के लिए किशोर रावत।
Time for a very short break. More news and updates on the other side. Welcome back. The British Foreign Minister David Lammy and the US Vice President J.D. Vance, they will meet Ukrainian and European allies in Britain today in order to discuss Trump's push for peace in Ukraine. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, he spoke to the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky ahead of this crucial security meeting as well. Mr. Starmer and Zelensky, they discussed US President Donald Trump's proposals for ending the war in Ukraine ahead of the talks with his Russian counterpart on the 15th of August in Alaska. Meanwhile, Trump has said that he will meet Russian President Putin on the 15th of August in Alaska to discuss ending the war in Ukraine. He also claims a ceasefire deal is close and may involve territorial swaps. But Ukrainian President, he insists that no land will be ceded. Putin, in the meanwhile, continues to claim 4 Ukrainian regions plus Crimea, though his forces lack full control. The talks come as Washington increases pressure on Moscow with new sanctions and tariffs, and allies like Poland express cautious optimism that a pause in the conflict could be near. Here's what is expected at this meeting. In a bold and controversial move, US President Donald Trump has confirmed a face-to-face meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, set for August 15 in Alaska. The aim: to end the war in Ukraine. But Trump's remark that any peace deal will involve territory swapping has triggered global unease.
Well, you're looking at territory that's been fought over for 3.5 years with, a lot of Russians have died, a lot of Ukrainians have died. So we're looking at that, but we're actually looking to get some back and some swapping. It's complicated. It's actually nothing easy. It's very complicated, but we're going to get some back. We're going to get some switched. There'll be some swapping of territories to the betterment of both. But we'll be talking about that either later or tomorrow or whatever.
The choice of venue, Alaska, is no coincidence. It's just 55 miles from Russia and safely outside the reach of the International Criminal Court, which has issued an arrest warrant for Putin. The US doesn't recognize the International Criminal Court, making Alaska a legally safe ground for the Russian leader. This would be Trump and Putin's first meeting in 6 years, and Putin's first visit to the United States in a decade. While the world watches nervously, Trump is banking on personal diplomacy to deliver a breakthrough. But Ukraine and its allies have already rejected any deal that gives up occupied territory, including Crimea. Meanwhile, Ukraine's exclusion from the summit has also sparked outrage. President Volodymyr Zelensky responded sharply to Trump's land swap proposal, posting on his social media, saying, and I quote, "Ukrainians will not gift their land to the occupier."
Trump's Alaska summit could reshape the war or could redraw the new rules of global diplomacy. With high risks and higher stakes, the world now waits for August 15. In Delhi, Mohammad Ghazali for NDTV.